been working on remodeling our bathroom, and if you'd like to see, then stay tuned. We've been working on remodeling our house. It's a slow process because I've got so many other things going on. We've been doing all sorts of different things. That's all in addition to creating the video content that I've been creating, which I enjoy doing very much. That's why I do it more than any other reason, because I do enjoy it and I enjoy the feedback that I get from all of you. Thank you so much for all that you've done for me. But working on our house and remodeling it has been a very slow process for all of those reasons and other reasons as well. I am not a carpenter by trade. I'm not someone who typically works on houses. We remodeled another place that we lived before, but I'm not very good at it. One of the principles that I think is very important to homesteading is this can-do and do-it-yourself attitude. We could very easily, if we want to, go to the grocery store and buy produce. We could buy organic produce if you believe that all the organic produce is trustworthy, that they're telling you the truth as far as everything that goes in it and all that they do to produce it. But we want to do it ourselves. We want to be self-sufficient as possible. And I know we can't be entirely self-sufficient, but we want to be self-sufficient. So we want to enjoy the place that we live, and we want to do it economically. So when we moved here 3 years ago, we bought this 16 by 80 mobile home, and we've done a video before if you've watched our YouTube channel. And we saved a ton of money by buying this old trailer and fixing it up a little bit at a time and working on it. So most recently we've been working on our bathroom, and I've told you a little bit about that in the past, but I've not really given you any visuals as far as that goes. Let me tell you what we've done so far and what I'm doing now. The first thing we did here was ripped out everything except for the sink and the toilet. Well, we had a sink right here. That's where the wallpaper is different because it was painted around where the lavatory sink was. We ripped out the bathtub, but it still has the fixtures back here, but there's no bathtub. Then after I ripped everything out, we replaced the windows not too long ago. Probably, was that last summer? I'd have to ask Rue to be sure, but I think it was last summer that we replaced the windows. We've been replacing all the windows in the house because in a lot of manufactured homes, a lot of trailers, a lot of mobile homes, you have those cheap windows, especially older ones. I think this is a 92 model. But we ripped everything out, and the first thing that we did was we put new laminate flooring in here. Let me bring it over here. I didn't take you along on it. Putting down laminate flooring isn't really a very difficult thing, especially you know, once you get the hang of it. The first few boards are a little difficult, but there's lots of tutorials about how to do that. But we put this laminate floor down. Here's the packaging back here. That's the old mirror that came out of the wall as well. We put down this laminate floor, and I got all that done probably a couple weeks ago. And up here on the ceiling is this popcorn drywall. And I don't know how well you can see it, but there was something over here around the tub, and we didn't really like that at all, so I wanted to rip that down, and that's going to create a lot of problem with the drywall, and we didn't like drywall anyway. So we bought this tongue and groove up here. It's spruce, and I put linseed, boiled linseed on it. These are 8 foot, I think. These are 8-foot sections, and I only had to trim off about 4 inches of it. This isn't a tiny house by any means, but it's not a large house. It's really not very complicated at all. This is tongue and groove. Let's take you outside and I'll show you. I've got the tongue and groove back here. And this really isn't the best way to do this. However, this is what I've been doing. I use this as my reference, and I'm just cutting, just marking it first. And these actually sat out in the sun a little bit, so the end is discolored. So I'm cutting the discolored end off. And I've been putting some boiled linseed oil on it. This preserves the wood a bit. Initially I planned on doing that Japanese burning method of preserving wood and then putting some linseed oil on it, but that makes the wood far darker. So Rue wanted the wood to be lighter. All I've been doing is taking it as I got it from the big box store and then just putting some boiled linseed oil on it and then taking it and putting it on there. So I'm gonna put some boiled linseed oil on there now. probably not the best way to put it on there, but it's been working fine. All I'm doing is making sure it gets a light coat all the way across it. And then take it inside and put it up on the ceiling. So one of the purposes with tongue and groove is that you can hide the screws and you don't have any. But I don't mind a little bit of the exposed screws. You can barely even see them unless you're paying a lot of attention. But I actually kind of like them as well. But I get one side in really well, and then we'll come over here and make sure the other side's in next. Just like that. I'll keep doing it until I get all the way to the end over here. Well, that's all I feel like doing today, but you get the idea. It's pretty simple to do. It's just kind of time consuming, but I think it's gonna have a really great look after we're done. I'll keep you updated. Some of you had mentioned that you'd like to see some of the things that we're doing in here, and I haven't really been showing you, but I've been doing it very slowly. Pretty much all I've got done is the demo, that is ripping everything out, and the floor, and now starting on the ceiling. So I'll show you some of the rest as we go along. If you like things like this, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, select all so you never miss a notification. Thanks.